Hey everybody, welcome to this installment of the Booze Briefing. This is where I get to answer your dumbass questions about my two books, Joe's The Cold War Diaries, Volume 1 and 2, and Volume 3 is on the way. Page count right now is 361 pages, so a little bit meatier than these two books. Got a little bit of heft to it, but yeah, I don't think it'll grow too much larger than that, but it's in the works and on the way. Before we get started, hey, remember to give us a like, a share, a follow. Do the things you're supposed to do. Why? Because every book we sell, where? Amazon! That's right, on Amazon. Helps us raise more money and awareness for American Gold Star mothers. A cause near and dear to my heart, and hopefully yours as well. So, before we get too deep into this episode, email address is up above. Shoot me your questions about the books. Love to hear it. If you're a veteran, and hopefully most of you are, tell me what units you were with. Give me a story. Give me something funny. Bring the spice. Love it. Love it. Our pour of the day. This is going to be very interesting. Check this out. So first off, before I introduce the whiskey, I have to tell you about the new cup that I got from my brother in arms, my fellow veteran buddy, Eric Howard, AKA Goonie Goo Goo, AKA the Kentucky Wrangler. Is that a thing? What could be? It's called Oaksip. You may have seen or heard about Oaksip. You can go to oaksip.co, I believe is their domain name. But you can just search Google for Oaksip. Oak like the tree, S-I-P, Oaksip. And this is a wooden whiskey glass. What's cool about this one, and I've got ice in here ready for the pour, but you can see it's got a charred inside. You can get them without the char as well. Very curious to try these. Fairly affordable, and these have they're all unique. They all have a different grain, so no two cups are the same. Very cool. The char is supposed to enhance the flavor, like you're aging it in a charred oak barrel. So probably kind of like one of these finishers you see, like the little bullets you can drop into the whiskey bottle and let it kind of simmer on that for a bit. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try this out. Very excited. Now you can't see the whiskey being poured in here, but you'll see me pour it. So today's selection is James E. Pepper, Kentucky straight bourbon. This is barrel proof stuff. So it's about 104, 105, 106 proof. It's what, 57? What is it, 57? Or 52.7% alcohol. So 104, 105 proof, something like that. Very interesting story. If you go and look, I believe it's jamesepepper.com or something to that effect. You can check it out, check them out. Very storied, yeah, it's jamesepepper.com. Very storied distillery in Kentucky. It was one of the original licensed distillers in Kentucky, like, back 1800s type, and maybe even before that. I know they were making the stuff before that, like in the 1700s. It was like a family, kind of local deal, but it was one of the first licensed distillers in Kentucky. I want to say like the 4th or 5th or something like that. Then they kind of went away and they've brought it back. In fact, this is one of the original, this bottle is patterned after, I believe it was their 1800s bottle, possibly early 1900s. I can't remember, to be honest. Very cool selection. This comes from my boy Ritesh down at Max's Bottle Shop, of course, and established 1880. Here it is, established 1880 officially. So they were making it before then, though, kind of in the family. So check them out. There's some great pictures on their website. There's a little documentary kind of about their facility, and yeah, it's still there today. So they're bringing this stuff back. So let's give ourselves a little pour here. Oh yeah. Well, passes the first of my 3 rules. And I'll pour a little bit in there. It's about a half a cup there. Just let that sit on the ice for a minute in our new charred Oaksip cup. Thank you, Eric. Love you, brother. And we'll put this over here. Yeah, I'll put it back here. Well, keep it here so you can see it. So as we let that simmer, I want to remind you that the challenge is still going on. Now, originally I said if we got to 10,000 subscribers, I would partake in the potatoes au gratin. This is a slow crawl to 10,000, folks. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reduce that number to 1,000. I think we're at 530, something like that now. somewhere in that neighborhood. So basically we got to double what we got right now. So we get to 1,000, I'm going to open this 1987, 1988 packaged MRE potatoes au gratin, still in the cardboard sleeve. And we're going to see what military grade field rations, how they hold up after however damn many years that is, however many years that is, 38 years. Yeah, and this was packed by Sinpack Inc. out of Cincinnati, Ohio. So Uphill Dave, I know you'll be wanting to see how this fares, so maybe I can hire you to go down and kick somebody's ass if it's really gross. I think these things are supposed to last more than like 5 or 10 years originally. The idea is they'd make them and you'd eat them well within that time frame. I'm not even sure the new ones they make today can keep that long, even in the right temperature. Maybe they can. But I'm going to tell you, man, I found this in the bottom of my rucksack, and I had that rucksack when I got out. And when I lived in Florida, I lived in Tampa. This stuff's been in storage. I mean, this thing has journeyed with me ever since. It's probably one of the few things that I have with me that I traveled with ever since I got out. In the bottom of my Alice pack. Yeah, so again, get to 1,000 subscribers. Click the follow button on YouTube. Same thing, subscribe on YouTube. It's free. That's it, man. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing.
Hell yeah.
We got a couple of questions today. And this one, the short one here, is from Blood on the Risers. Which one of you airborne guys sent me that? Blood on the Risers. I love it, though. Do you still have the hat from the Sledgehammer story? I do. The Sledgehammer story was in volume 1, and for those that don't know, I got hazed. It was one of the times. You get hazed multiple times, at least back then, at times, and when you get to your new unit. And yeah, I still have the hat. Here it is. This is my patrol hat. Let me slide the cup out of the way here for a second. This is my BDU patrol cap from, the 80s. And yeah, I beat the shit out of this thing with a sledgehammer, and you can see what's crazy about it is it even went through the ear flap. Like a big hole in the ear flap. Yeah, I walked around for half a day with this thing on my head. Everybody laughing at me going, yep, we got another one. So yeah, I still have the hat. Still have it, and it's usually on display in my office. There's holes all over it, through the bill, through the ear flaps. The back is just ripped open, holes on the tie. The things you do to try to fit in, right? Yeah. But I'm Sledgehammer qualified. Never forget it. Never forget it. Sledgehammer qualified. Should we take a sip? I think it's time. Let's take a sip. This is James E. Pepper Barrel Proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon out of the new Oaksip cup, which I like. I may have to get several of these if this thing works. Let's see here. Now, this is a little higher proof, by the way, than what I normally kind of gravitate towards. I like that high 80s, low 90s. This is a little bit more than that. Let's see. It's good. It's strong, but it's good. Trying to see if I don't think maybe it's been sitting in here enough to kind of get the char on it. But let me see. Maybe if it seasons on the ice a little bit more, I'll be able to taste the char a little bit better. But it smells great coming out of this cup, though. Yeah, it's good stuff. I think it passes my second test. I'll let you know in a second if it passes my third. Question here from Diego. This is the second and final question today from Diego. After reading the stories in Joe's Volume 2 about the creepy shit you guys experienced at Con Barracks, I noticed that Con Barracks is on several lists of top 10 most haunted places in Germany. I also experienced some weird shit when I was stationed at Babenhausen Barracks just west of Aschaffenburg. Was it just in your barracks building or across the whole concern? I asked because several buildings at our concern seemed problematic as well. It was multiple buildings for sure. I don't know how many. For those of you who don't know, I mean, there was a lot of weird stuff at that place. That place wasn't right, man. Con Barracks, it wasn't right. Certain areas you go in, you feel cold and tingly, and you just get a sense like, there's some weird shit happened here. I don't know what it was. There was definitely, I remember, I want to say it was building 3 or 5, which was kind of up as you're coming in the Con Barracks main gate, at least back then. And, the brigade headquarters was right to your right, which I always found amusing that they put the 1st Brigade headquarters building like right by the front gate. That always seemed kind of like an odd security lapse to me. But at any rate, that was there. And then when you first get to the first little road that peels off to the left, there were some buildings along the front there. I think 3 was the first one there, or maybe the next one over. I remember hearing some guys talking about some shit going on in those buildings, seeing things, hearing things. A lot of people had strange dreams there, nightmares, night terrors. There was a lot of lore that went around about Con Barracks. I tell you what's interesting about it, though. Keep in mind, in the 80s, well, as time moves forward in any era, people become more open about things, right? Things that we weren't open about when we were younger, people become more open about, you know, as you get older. And back then, we didn't talk about things necessarily. There was, as the guy asked me when I got there, you know, I've been there for, I don't know, a little while, and he's like, hey, have you seen the lady yet? And I'm like, what lady? What are you talking about? Yeah, the one that floats down the hall and all that stuff. It was a weird place. But my buddy, one of my best friends in the Army, Conan, he's in the first book, and a couple of stories. I talked to him probably, I'd say it was about six to 8 months ago, and he told me, he's like, I told him about, you know, this particular thing that I experienced there, and this is the first time in 38 years, 38 years or so, he looked at me, he was on the phone with me, he said, I had the exact same experience. So it was things we didn't talk about then, we talk about now. That place wasn't right, but it was in multiple buildings. I know it was in the HHC 364 Armor Building. I know it was in Building 3 on Con Barracks. So yeah, place was weird, but I mean, you think about that country. Let's assume for a second that haunted shit and all that stuff is real. If it isn't, then it's a group hallucination, folklore, group thing, whatever you want to call it. But let's assume it is real. Germany, that place is old. There's a lot of history there, a lot more organized history than we have here in the United States. We have ancient history here, but there's a lot more civilized history in Europe and certainly in Germany. And so, yeah, and then you think about all the stuff that went on there, World War II. I don't know, man. That place isn't right. I know that. If you have any stories, by the way, anybody out there, of any freaky, weird shit that happened in your barracks, well, let me rephrase that, because freaky, weird shit happened in every barracks. Paranormal, freaky shit that happened in your barracks, specifically in Germany, but hey, wherever. Shoot me an email. Maybe I'll read something on the air. Yeah, weird place. But yeah, it was kind of all over, I think, at least in 2 spots that I know of. So yeah, that's all today. Remember, guys, keep your glasses full, your bullshit to a minimal, and make your stories worth telling 38 years later. Rampage, we Pierce.
Dismissed!